Who is that? Okay, hi guys. I hope this is working. Luna, do you see the people? Let me just wait a minute here. Okay, I think it's working. So, hi everyone. I don't do a lot of live videos on my channel. As you may or may not know, I kind of live out in the middle of nowhere. So, we don't always have the best internet, but hopefully, you're able to see me and hear me without issue. I won't be on too long. I wanted to stop by today and do this little video just because this is a pretty special day for me. So today, June 21st, yeah, it's summer solstice, also sometimes called Lita or Litha, Litha. It's also the International Day of Yoga, right, Luna? International Day of Yoga. And personally for me, it is an important day because it is the 1 year anniversary of my book, Year of Yoga. Do you like it? So this came out a year ago today, and then tomorrow, June 22nd, is my 4 year wedding anniversary. So I did a lot. I mean, we planned our wedding to be around the time of the solstice, but it was also just our actual anniversary of meeting each other and starting to date and stuff like that. So we just kind of kept the date because it's such a nice, has such nice synchronicity and meaning to it. So happy International Day of Yoga, happy summer solstice. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm not going to do a yoga class today right now. Of course, as you can see, I'm just outside. On my couch. I don't have my mat or anything, but I did want to give a little bit of attunement and share a little bit about the summer solstice and also encourage you to hopefully go and try. So on Monday, I did release a full hour-long summer solstice dedicated flow. So if you haven't tried that already, that would be a great one to do today or tomorrow to get into the spirit and the vibes of the summer solstice. Of course, I am talking to those of us who are in the northern hemisphere. If you are in the southern hemisphere, then you are entering into the winter solstice and the energy is completely opposite. You're winding down, whereas for us, we are in this celebratory gratitude mode. So if you have not yet already tried the summer solstice hour-long practice, definitely go and check that out and try it out for yourself. Okay, great. I can see all of the comments coming in. So thank you for tuning in. So summer solstice, this is a time of the year that I tend to want to honor. I try to honor all 8 of the major festivals throughout the year. There are 4 quarter and 4 cross quarter festivals that really help to attune us and help us to attune ourselves to the natural rhythms of nature. I think it's a really good opportunity to get us to pause and reflect. I'm somebody, I stay in my head quite a bit. I can get really caught up in my day-to-day routine and just getting tasks done and just checking things off of a list and just staying in this work productivity mode. And having these 8 festivals throughout the year those are good ways to help me slow down a little bit and to remember that there is a little bit more to life, a lot more to life than just working. So summer solstice, or also again called Lita, this is a time of celebration, of abundance, of gratitude, a time to be in community. This is also a time of transition. So this is the longest day of the year. Again, I'm talking to those of us in the northern hemisphere. So in the northern hemisphere, today we will have the most amount of light that we ever will throughout the rest of the year. Today is also marking kind of a pivot point because while today is the brightest day of the year, it also marks our turn where now the days will slowly get shorter. But I'm not really focusing on that too much. I really want to focus on this energy of light and expansion and warmth. Summer solstice is associated with the archetype of the mother or the nurturer. So it's about this this energy of giving birth, this energy of fullness. So it's a time in our lives and a time in the year specifically where we really want to look back at the previous 6 months, at the start of the year, or even look back between this time today and think about where you were a year ago. What has changed in your life? What has transformed? What projects have come to fruition? What have you been growing? What have you been nurturing? What have you been building? this is a time where we're really allowing ourselves to be super proud about our accomplishments, to be super proud about the work that we've done, to be super proud about where we are in our lives. And, I'm saying the work that we've done, but I'm also talking about like the relationships that we've nurtured, the friendships, the time that we've spent with our family, with our pets, with our loved ones, the relationship that we've cultivated with ourselves, like the self-care practices that we've invested in. Now's the time to really like celebrate yourself and to be really proud about that. And if possible, can you celebrate that with other people as well and really honor and recognize the progress and everything that your friends and family have accomplished and all the ways in which they have grown and deepened their relationship with themselves as well as with the natural world. So it's a beautiful festival. I want to give you a little bit of um, maybe like ideas of things that you can do. So what I like to do, what I did this morning actually after my little walk with Luna, I went outside and I collected a bunch of wildflowers from our, oh, she saw something that she's chasing. We went and we collected a bunch of wildflowers from around the property, and I then went into our garden. This is my first year ever trying to start my own vegetable garden. I know absolutely nothing about gardening. I've always found that to be super intimidating, but this year I really wanted to, again, like form that deeper connection with nature, and what better way than to start a garden. So in the spring, I started my little seedlings. They're in the earth now, and today I spent a lot of time just with those vegetable plants, kind of like nurturing them and really getting my fingers deep in the soil. So think of the ways that you can spend a little bit more time in nature today, maybe just sunbathing, with some sun protection, of course, but just being in the sun can be so beautiful and healing. Spending some time outside, maybe going and collecting gathering some wildflowers and putting them in a beautiful vase in your home, just to again remind yourself that this is a special time. It's so nice to be able to give ourselves permission to make something special out of the mundane. If you've practiced with me for a while, you know that I do like to offer practices around the solstices and the equinoxes and the cross quarter festivals. I like to honor and celebrate the time of the new moon and the full moon, because again, it's just an invitation to tap out of the day-to-day mundane regular autopilot self and to come back to something a little bit deeper, come back to something a little bit more sacred. So as we're tapping into this energy of the summer solstice of Lita, we're also really asking ourselves, right now, what is it that you are super grateful for in your life? This is a great day to really get a gratitude list going, to really focus on the abundance that's already present within your life. So all the things that you are truly grateful for, now's the time to get pen to paper and to really write it down. This is also a great time to be setting intentions, especially now that this is pretty much like the halfway point of the year of 2023. I'm sure some of you watching may have even done the New Year's intention setting workshop that we did together in January. Even if you didn't do that, most of us probably at the start of the year, we ask ourselves, what do we want for 2023? What's important to us? What are our goals? What are our dreams? What's our vision? What's our intention for the year? And I know for myself at the start of the year, the motivation is really strong, right? There's like this collective energy that's pushing you forward, that's calling for you to like dream big and set these goals and set these intentions. But as month to month, as the year goes, sometimes that motivation will wane. And this is where we have to really evaluate our relationship between motivation and discipline. So motivation is something that comes and goes. We don't all necessarily have motivation at every moment of our lives, at every day. Sometimes motivation is really strong, sometimes it wanes a little bit, and that's okay. It's not meant to be super high all of the time. Motivation is the one that ebbs and flows and that has these really big peaks and valleys and these really big contrast points, whereas discipline is like the element of earth that grounds us and keeps us stable. And then you have motivation, which is a lot more fluid and fiery and airy. So we're trying to find a little bit of symbiosis and a little bit of a balance between the two. So when you think about where you wanted to be at the beginning of this year and what you were imagining for yourself, now, right now, summer solstice is your call to action point. We are halfway there. We are halfway through the year. This is a great time to look back and see, how far have I come? What have I been neglecting? What am I super grateful for? What is already so abundant in my life? And now, knowing that I am at this tipping point, what do I want to do with the next 6 months of the year? Where is it that I want to go? And as I'm talking about this energy of motivation that goes up and down, and then discipline, which tends to be a little bit more of a stable grounding energy, I personally find that during this time of the summer, my energy levels go up and I tend to be way more motivated. You might not resonate with this, but to me, summer solstice is like a big boost of motivation, a big boost of energy. So I want to stoke that fire and make the most of the motivation I have while I have it, to really crystallize what it is that I'm calling in, and we had the new moon a few days ago. So this is all like a really good, juicy time, a really fertile, potent time to be celebrating yourself, to be celebrating others, to be practicing gratitude, and to really be using this energy and this motivation to be like propelling yourself forward. I noticed for myself in the spring, even just recently actually. So I'm in a little bit outside of Ottawa, Canada, and you might have heard, like, Canada, we've had a lot of wildfires. So all throughout the country over the past few weeks, it was like end of May to early June, we had these crazy wildfires that were ravaging, and they're still going. They're a little bit more under control, but we still have a lot of forest fires that are really difficult. And I remember when that hit, that felt like such a depressing, scary, anxious time. And I still, I am somebody that does carry quite a bit of climate anxiety. I do really worry about the state of the world and the future of our environment, and what that's going to look like for future generations to come. It's something that I really think about a lot. So when there are these big, like, natural disasters that happen, it can really paralyze me. And this is just one way that I'm using this energy of the summer solstice to reignite my fire, to not let myself become so depressed by what's happening that I stop taking action, that I stop tapping into hope and faith in myself, in my community, in the world, right? So you may or may not resonate with that story. This is just personally how this has been showing up for me. I found that really hard. I felt a little bit low during the spring, and now I'm using this time of, positivity, this time of warmth and sunlight and energy and motivation to restoke that inner heart fire, that part of me that believes in the innate goodness of people, that part of me that is innately hopeful and innately optimistic. If I don't tend to that sacred flame, it does die, So now that I have the motivation, I'm using all of my internal resources to stoke that fire and propel me forward, so that I have the stamina and the endurance to continue on, to keep going, and to keep being, hopefully, some kind of source of light and inspiration, right? I don't want to be this, like, dull, negative person. I want to be optimistic. I want to have faith. I want to feel energized. So personally, for me, this is what the inner workings have been over the past few weeks, and this is really what I'm working on and what I'm tapping into with the summer solstice. So given everything that I've talked about, I know I'm going on tangents a little bit, but I really do invite you to use this as an opportunity to look back at the past 6 months, even look back at the previous year. But if you are someone that set intentions and goals and dreams for yourself at the beginning of the year, now really do a deep dive, do a check-in right now, like, be really honest with yourself. And rather than being honest in the sense that you're going to be critical and put yourself down, I want you to flip it, and I want you to really celebrate yourself. I want you to give yourself so much praise, so much grace, so much love. Really honor and acknowledge all of the hard work, all of the progress, everything that you have done to get you to where you are, and then use this motivation to bring yourself forward and to keep that fire going throughout the rest of the year. Okay, let me stop talking for like 1 second. I just saw a bunch of comments come in. I want to check them out. And yes, it is National Yoga Day or International Day of Yoga. So a great day to get on your mat for sure. Okay, perfect. The comments are still there. Yeah, agreed. Okay. I'm on my phone, so the comments are really small, so it's a little hard for me to be able to read them. So summer solstice, Letha, that's what I wanted to say. So hopefully maybe go pick some wildflowers, you know, go take a walk, just do something that puts you in contact with nature, that grounds you, and that gets you in this spirit of tapping into the themes of gratitude, of abundance, and really being future oriented, really trying to carry yourself forward throughout the rest of the year. So today, International Day of Yoga, also the 1-year book anniversary for Year of Yoga. So great big thank you to all of you who have purchased this book and who have been practicing with it. I love seeing your photos and your videos. This took forever to put together. I'm really very proud of it. I opened it because I do want to read the affirmations for summer. I thought that would be a really great thing. For those of you who don't know about this book, I did bring it out a year ago, and this is another kind of companion yoga book to guide you through the season. So Year of Yoga means the book is separated into the 4 seasons, and there are yoga practices, breathing techniques, meditations, affirmations, a bunch of other little practices and goodies in there to help you really stay within rhythm, you know, within that deep space of connection and reverence for the natural world. And because I am an online yoga teacher, each of the yoga practices in there, like, of course, they're laid out with photos, but you'll notice there's a little QR code. So when you scan it with your phone or when you go to the password protected website, you can actually follow along with the yoga class because I'm an online yoga teacher. So it just felt like I had to do like videos and audio meditations and stuff like that. So check that out. If you have this book, you'll know that on this is page 110, I've written some affirmations here for the summer. So because it is summer solstice, I wanted to read these out for you, kind of like a little affirmation meditation. So I'm going to read them out very slowly. If you can, where you are, I want you to take a deep breath, sit comfortably, relax your shoulders, sit up really tall, close your eyes, and really just come to this present moment within yourself. And all I'm going to do is read the affirmations. There are 20 of them. I'm going to read them twice. So I'll read them from 1 to 20, and then I'll go through them again a second time. All you have to do is listen to the affirmation and internally repeat it to yourself, and just notice what comes up for you when you hear and internally repeat that statement. So not judging the first response that you get, but really being curious about what that is. Affirmations are a phenomenal tool for personal growth. Yes, they do help us with motivation, right? So that motivation spark that I was talking about, affirmations can totally help stoke that fire. But even more than that, affirmations can teach us about these unhealed wounds and these shadows that we hold inside. So when you hear an affirmation that maybe makes you feel not so good, maybe it brings up a lot of doubt, a lot of discomfort, a lot of maybe negative thoughts or negative feelings or just tension in your body, rather than trying to force yourself to believe the affirmation, I want you to get really curious about why you have that reaction, what lays beneath it. So using affirmations as a tool for personal growth. Okay, let's begin. Deep breath. I am blessed, grateful, and abundant. I step into my power with confidence and grace. I am an open channel for creativity. I allow myself to play and be silly. I am a vessel of love. I am healthy, happy, and radiant. Joy is my birthright. In this moment, all is well. There is plenty. Oops, sorry guys. Let me start again. Joy is my birthright. In this moment, all is well. There is plenty for everyone, including me. I am worthy of respect and acceptance. Abundance flows freely to me. Wellness is my natural state. The more love I give, the more I receive. I am deeply connected to my heart. I see through the eyes of compassion. I am creatively fulfilled. I'm so proud of how far I have come. I fully embrace the whole of myself. My inner light shines brightly. I find perfect balance between speaking and listening. So I'm just going to move myself somewhere else because, sorry I got disconnected, guys. Someone actually rang at the doorbell. Let's go in my garden. Here. Hopefully this works. Even better. We can be in the flowers. Does this work? See, this is why I don't go live more, because every time I go live, something does not work out. But it's okay. So I'm going to read the affirmations one last time. You can just take them in. Oh, I'm not even in the shot. Oh my goodness. It's okay. It's all right. We'll go with it. I am blessed, grateful, and abundant. I step into my power with confidence and grace. I am an open channel for creativity. I allow myself to play and be silly. I am a vessel of love. I am healthy, happy, and radiant. Joy is my birthright. In this moment, all is well. There is plenty for everyone, including me. I'm worthy of respect and acceptance. Abundance flows freely to me. Wellness is my natural state. The more love I give, the more I receive. I am deeply connected to my heart. I see through the eyes of compassion. I am creatively fulfilled. I'm so proud of how far I've come. I fully embrace the whole of myself. My inner light shines brightly. I find perfect balance between speaking and listening. taking that in. When I'm done this live, I'll write down the affirmations in the description for those of you who want to maybe journal a little bit further on the ones maybe that you resonated the most with, but also on the ones that maybe felt a little bit more uncomfortable or a little bit awkward. There's really wisdom to gain from both of those perspectives. One is not better than the other. So again, just right now, a good opportunity to practice gratitude, to focus on the abundance that you have in your life, and to use this time to really fuel yourself for the next 6 months, the rest of the year. Thank you so much for tuning into this live. Sorry it broke up in the middle here. I have one of those those doorbells, like the Ring or Arlo doorbells. So like when people ring at the door, it goes to your phone. So it, someone was delivering probably a package or something. Anyway, it's all okay. We go with it. It's no big deal. We make the most of it. A little view of my garden. It's mostly weeds, but I love being out here. Anyway, okay, happy summer solstice. Happy International Day of Yoga. Happy 1-year anniversary to my book, Year of Yoga. A great big thank you to everyone who has purchased it already and who has been practicing with it. If you do have it, do leave a review. It's super, 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 super helpful. And happy pre-wedding anniversary to myself, because it is tomorrow. And to my husband, of course. Okay, bye everyone. Thank you for tuning in, and I will practice again with you very soon, hopefully.